ThousandEyes conducted a recent research that compares and measures the network performance of the big three public cloud providers, AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. The research is the first of its kind that actually looks at metric-based data. It's not based on surveys, so it's real data that looks at network performance and connectivity architectures of the big three. So we found out that AWS is 35% less stable than Google Cloud and 56% less stable than Azure in parts of Asia. And the reason behind this behavior is how AWS moves user traffic around. So AWS influences user traffic to ride on the internet. It's a public best effort network. And this is in striking contrast with what Google Cloud and Azure do. They rely on their own internal backbones. When you're riding the internet, a best effort network, you are subject to operational risks and less stability, which is what resulted in AWS being less stable in parts of Asia. At re:Invent 2018, AWS made an announcement of a new service called the Global Accelerator. And the purpose and the intent of this service is to increase availability and reliability of AWS deployments. And what this really means is AWS is offering their customers the ability to ride their own backbone rather than ride the internet, which was not the default behavior as the research found out. Now, this is a trend that we are increasingly starting to see across public cloud providers. Google recently made an announcement that they are going to offer two different tiers of connectivity, a standard and a premium tier, that essentially does the same thing. You have a premium tier where you can ride their own backbone, or you have a standard tier that takes them out of the internet. Now, this is what we call monetization of the public backbone, monetization of the public cloud provider backbone, and it's a trend that is starting to show up more frequently. Just to know that Microsoft does not do that right now, and Microsoft users are still going to rely on their internal backbones by default. Absolutely, it's always better to be transparent, but in the absence of any such transparency, we do understand that the internet and these public cloud providers sometimes do function as a black box, which is what the report intends to, uncover. And what we believe is that IT business leaders use the data from the research report that we conducted to actually make informed cloud investment decisions.